Don't view marriage the same way women do. Look at marriage for what it is, okay? For men, marriage isn't necessarily the ultimate goal. More often than not, we put success and power on a pedestal. That's what we strive for. That's what we chase. I don't really know too many men who sit around saying, "Man, my biggest dream is to get married." I just don't hear that very often. And just when we thought all the Love is Blind drama had finally settled, here comes a new twist. Gravesande has officially re-entered the conversation, and his reaction to Ad's engagement. Let's just say fans are completely split over it. If you kept up with season 6, then you know Clay and Amber Desiree, better known as Ad, had one of the most intense storylines. They had undeniable chemistry, deep conversations, and even got engaged. But when it came time to say, "I do," Clay slammed the brakes hard at the altar. Ad was fully ready to commit, but Clay just couldn't go through with it. He told her he wasn't emotionally prepared for marriage, leaving her blindsided. Ad was devastated, and honestly, a lot of fans were upset with Clay for leading her on. After the show, Ad kept it real. She admitted Clay's decision hurt, but she also recognized that it helped her realize what she truly deserved. And let's just say she didn't sit around waiting. Fast forward to now, and Ad has officially moved on. She's engaged to none other than Love is Blind Ollie Sutherland. But the real question is, has Clay moved on, or is he still stuck in the past? It was beautiful, baby. It really was. "You did an amazing job," she said. "How do you feel about it? Do you think it all played out the way you wanted?" "I don't think it could have gone any better," he responded. "I love that we were in such a beautiful location. The sun was setting. You looked incredible. It all just felt so right." "Yeah, and I could tell," she added. "As soon as I saw your face, I knew. I knew you felt like you did it at the right moment, in the perfect place." After Love is Blind, Ad focused on herself. She was healing, traveling, and stepping into her best era. And then, boom, she met Ollie Sutherland, a familiar face from Love is Blind UK. Turns out, they bonded over their shared reality TV experience, and what started as casual conversations quickly turned into something much more. And if you were paying attention, you probably already caught Ad and Ollie dropping little hints on Instagram. A few likes here, a couple of flirty comments there, and before we even realized it, they had made it official. These two didn't waste any time. Ollie locked it down quickly, and soon after, they were sharing adorable moments, vacations, date nights, and cozy snapshots from home. Ollie's energy just hit different. Ad looked happy, glowing, and completely at ease. Then came the big moment. Ollie popped the question during a romantic getaway, and Ad shared the sweetest photos from the proposal. Her caption? Simple yet powerful. Yes. 1,000,000 times. Yes. Naturally, Love is Blind fans lost their minds. Some were overjoyed, saying Ad had finally found the love she truly deserved. Others couldn't help but compare Ollie to Clay, calling this the ultimate full circle moment. And then, of course, there were those who were just waiting for one person's reaction, Clay Gravesande. Now, Clay didn't come out with some dramatic statement, but his response didn't go unnoticed. While Ad was out here celebrating her engagement, Clay was posting cryptic messages and subtly engaging with fans who kept bringing up his past with her. He shared a quote about how everything happens for a reason and how lessons eventually lead to blessings. But the real question was, that a mature reflection, or was it low-key shade? Some fans saw it as Clay simply acknowledging that everything worked out the way it was supposed to. But others, they think he's still bitter. Some even pointed out that he had liked a few tweets suggesting that Ad should actually thank him for her growth, because without that heartbreak, she wouldn't have found Ollie. Now, here's where things take a turn. Did Clay really just try to take credit for Ad's glow up? Because, let's be real, saying someone had to suffer through pain with you in order to find their happiness, that comes off as pretty self-important. And here's the thing, this isn't the first time Clay has spoken about Ad since Love is Blind ended. In past interviews, he's hinted that leaving her at the altar was ultimately for the best because it allowed both of them to grow. But is that really his call to make? It would have been irresponsible of me to say yes in that moment when I wasn't ready to give you 100%. And you wouldn't want that? You wouldn't want me to say yes and then half-ass a marriage. That's not what you deserve. And the truth is, I'm just not there yet. I feel terrible seeing you cry, but I had to make a game time decision. I needed to reconsider everything. And after just 2 weeks, I couldn't confidently say, "This is my wife forever." I just couldn't do that to you today. Now, let's rewind for a second, because if we go back to Clay's post-Love is Blind interviews, it's clear that this man has some serious regrets. Clay has openly admitted that the real issue wasn't Ad, it was him. He confessed that commitment scared him, that he wasn't emotionally ready to take that leap, and that his own fears ended up ruining what could have been something great. In one interview, he straight up said, "I wasn't the man Ad needed me to be at the time." That's a pretty big confession. And looking back, some fans believe Clay might have realized too late that he actually did want Ad after all. And here's where things get even more interesting. Right before Ad and Ollie made things official, Clay was out here dropping some very reflective posts. He spoke about personal growth, about recognizing what you truly want when it's already too late, and about learning life's hardest lessons the hard way. Coincidence? Or was that Clay subtly hinting that he wished he had another chance? Of course, fans picked up on it immediately. Some were like, "Clay, if you really regretted it, why didn't you fight for her sooner?" Others believe he was just entertaining the what-if scenario but never actually planned to act on it. Either way, the timing of his so-called regret is definitely interesting, because if Clay truly wanted Ad back, why didn't he make a move before Ollie did? So, what's Clay been up to in the dating scene since Love is Blind? Well, let's just say his love life hasn't exactly been steady. At first, Clay claimed he was taking time to focus on himself, and maybe that was true, but then the dating rumors started swirling. Since the show, Clay has been linked to a few different women. Some fans even labeled them as flings or rebounds, but none of those connections ever turned into anything serious. Meanwhile, Ad was out here building something real with Ollie, while Clay was keeping things casual. Ad was making solid moves toward commitment, and look at where she is now engaged. So while Clay seemed unsure about what he truly wanted, Ad found stability and is now moving forward in every possible way. Looking back, would you have done anything differently? One of the biggest things I struggled with was getting out of my own way. I constantly battled with the morality of it all, like, am I a good person? Am I a bad person? Ad really saw me through everything. Honestly, she's the love of my life. And I'll be real with you, I made a mistake. Going to the altar and saying no was a huge letdown, and for that, I apologize. I love you. You are the love of my life, and it was a mistake. Do you think you'd ever date him again? Next question. While Clay is still making headlines for his Love is Blind past, Ad is out here making major power moves, and let's just say, she is not looking back. First up, Ad recently launched her own podcast, and it's already creating a buzz. She's using her platform to talk about relationships, self-growth, and of course, her Love is Blind experience. Now, has she directly called out Clay? Not exactly. But she has thrown in some subtle shade about learning what you don't want in a partner and being thankful for unanswered prayers. And of course, fans caught on many are convinced she was low-key referring to Clay. And honestly, can you blame them? But beyond the podcast, Ad is seriously solidifying her place in the reality TV world. She's been making appearances, attending high-profile reality events, and even dropping hints about future projects. And get this, rumors are swirling that she and Ollie might be joining another reality show as a power couple. Some sources claim it could be a competition-style show, while others speculate they might even land their own spin-off. Either way, Ad is turning this next chapter into a major career move. Meanwhile, Clay, he's still stuck in the Love is Blind conversation. But should he be? Now, this is where things get messy, because when Ad and Ollie's engagement was announced, Clay made his feelings known. And let's just say the internet is divided. On one side, you have fans saying Clay had every right to react. They argue that he was part of Ad's story, and just because she's moved on doesn't mean he has to stay silent. But on the other side, people are calling him out. They say he should have just kept it moving, because there's an unspoken rule when your ex gets engaged. You zip it. Some even accused him of trying to insert himself into the narrative like he didn't want to be forgotten. And honestly, that raises a much bigger question. Does Clay truly regret losing Ad? Or does he just regret losing control of the storyline? I was never saying Ad's finances were the reason we couldn't be together. I was saying that I just didn't understand them well enough for us to get married at that time. I just want to remind everyone this was 6 weeks. And yeah, I'll take ownership of the fact that I probably should have had more conversations about finances. But I also want to remind people that there was so much happening in that time. Every single day was a different theme. We talked about finances in the pods, but what I saw from there was a little different from what I saw when we were filming in Charlotte. In the pods, we really connected over an entrepreneurial mindset and a strong work ethic. But once we got back to the house, I felt like she shifted all of her energy toward just being a wife. And while that's great and all, but that's not really what made me fall in love with her, you know? Like, her biggest thing was always, Clay, I got your back. I'm gonna support you. And to me, that just wasn't enough of a motivation to get married because honestly, I have plenty of people who have my back, you know? Yeah. What I really wanted was... So, here's the million-dollar question. Was Clay just being honest about his feelings, or was this all a calculated move to stay in the spotlight? Because, let's be real, we've seen reality stars play the long game when it comes to keeping their names in the headlines. If Clay is doing that, he certainly wouldn't be the first. Love is Blind alums have been known to keep their storylines going long after the cameras stopped rolling. We've seen plenty of former cast members drop cryptic messages, post conveniently timed selfies, and even pop into interviews just to make sure they're still on people's minds. And let's just say, some fans think Clay might be playing from that same rulebook. Some people are outright calling him a clout chaser, arguing that if he was really moving on, he wouldn't be out here commenting, liking shady posts, or making these subtle little jabs. But on the other hand, Clay has mentioned in past interviews that he felt misunderstood on the show, saying his side of the story never really got told. So, is this his way of finally setting the record straight? Or is he just taking advantage of the moment? Let's not forget Clay has been very vocal about his Love is Blind experience. He's done podcast interviews, shared his regrets multiple times, and even spoken openly about his decision at the altar. And while some fans appreciate the honesty, others feel like he's just stretching out his 15 minutes. Some people say, let the man speak, he's allowed to have emotions too. Meanwhile, others are like, sir, it's been months. Let it go. And here's something interesting. Clay's social media engagement spiked right after Ad's engagement news broke. We're talking more likes, more comments, more people discussing him. So, was he really looking for closure? Or did he just need a little boost in followers? The internet is definitely split on this one. Some think he's just a guy processing his emotions, while others believe he's keeping himself in the conversation for all the wrong reasons. One person commented, ain't no way his engagement is suddenly spiking after Ad's news. That man is feeding off the drama. Another added, Clay's been quiet for months, and now he's all over social media? This ain't about closure, it's about clout. But what do you think? Was Clay's response genuine, or was he just being petty? Should exes stay silent when their former partners move on, or do they have a right to react? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I know y'all have opinions on this. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates, because trust me, this Love is Blind drama is far from over.